Hey guys, God bless you guys. This is Crazy Pastor George. I want to talk about something that's needing to be addressed, and that's veterans and the care for our veterans. Today, I'm not talking about scripture. I'm not talking about the Bible today. This video that I'm going to post is strictly about the nightmare our veterans go through daily when they're wounded warriors. This whole post 9/11 crap, or post this war, or post Gulf that. This is the problem with getting these soldiers the grants. These soldiers fought for our country. They performed a duty. And yet, they are not cared for. And I'm on one right now. A person that I've got to know yesterday, I got to talk to him. His name is Chris Higginbotham. He's a Marine. A lot of injuries that he has. Because of this system, this broken VA system, he has lost vision in an eye. He's not able to care for his family, and his wife is his sole caregiver because they are delaying him getting his bathroom remodeled. He had to fight to get a ramp on his home. His car is so small that he can't even put his wheelchair in the car and take his daughter somewhere. This is unacceptable for our soldiers and our veterans. There should be no blocking them getting the medical help they need when they are physically disabled during service to our country. You want to cut something, cut welfare. Make that harder to get welfare. Make it harder. Okay, I know for a fact and personally because I'm disabled. But I'm working disabled. Because they deny me since birth being disabled. I have no left hip. I'm legally blind in one eye. I have arthritis. I have stenosis of the spine. I have nerve damage. But I cannot get Social Security because I am a free thinker. I'm intelligent. But somebody that can't read, oh, here's your check. Somebody that did drugs and messed up their brain, here's them a Social Security check. Somebody chose to drink until it messed up their body, here's them a check. Yet they haven't worked a whole day in their life. But our veterans is what I want to get on, and I'm going to get off my soapbox for a minute here, guys. But it's not just the Marines. The Marines are closest to my heart because I went through the ASVAB and OCS pre-exams and got denied at the physical. That's fine, you know. God had a better purpose and a plan for me. I'm not mad about that. But something struck my heart with this Gunny. With Gunny here, Devil Dog. Chris Higginbotham. And all the veterans that I have talked to in the last few days. About this broken VA system. This broken VA system has destroyed our veterans. Denied them the care and assistance they needed. Vehicles, home repairs, that's known as the HISA grant. The vehicle grant, to get them a vehicle that's big enough to support their family, even if it's a used vehicle, but a better vehicle for them that's large enough, like a minivan, for them to take their children around. They are trapped. They are trapped in their homes. They're trapped in their homes. They're a prisoner in their own homes. They can't get through transitions in their home because the lips on the floor make it impossible without risking tipping the chair over that they're in. They didn't ask to be disabled. They didn't ask to take a bullet in the back or any kind of injuries. These veterans were wounded so that Liberty Bell could ring. And you Democrats have destroyed, and I'm going to say it, these liberal Democrats have destroyed the VA. gave the money to the welfare, and took it away from veterans who deserve it most. And I ran through a nightmare yesterday trying to get phone numbers, trying to get information for soldiers when I went to this website called the VA.gov. And the nightmare that I went through, here, if you want to file a complaint, this is the only route you got. Right here. Now, they took away the phone number. They took away the number for the Office of Inspector General yesterday, mysteriously. Site went down for about 5 minutes. Next thing I know, this phone number disappeared off the website. But there's the phone number to your VA Inspector General, guys. You veterans, take and write that number down. Program it in your phone. That's the Office of the Inspector General for the Veterans Administration. Wait till all the prompts go through. Wait till all the prompts go through and hit 0, and you will get a live representative. Now, I want to talk about that for a moment because, for the simple fact that Gunny has been since 2005 trying to get his assistance, trying to get things together, and yet they delay. He can't even get a veterans advocate in his area to stay with him because he has 14 plus appointments a month that they have to attend the appointments. For him to be able to push to get the grants, they have to have somebody speaking on their behalf because they don't know how to relate the information properly and independently. Veterans are not trained to handle the bureaucracy. And it's ridiculous that they can't handle the bureaucracy. And all these hurdles should not be there. And you say, Pastor, well, you never served, you're never a veteran. You don't know about this stuff. Well, let me let you in a little secret. We're going to say 8 years ago now. It's been about 8 years now. I met a man. It's been back in actually 2011. I met a man. His name was Rishel White. He lived in Adams, New York. He was 89 years old. He was a World War II veteran, a POW of the Battle of the Bulge, a survivor. 89 years old, living on $1,800 a month. Military retirement and whatever odd job retirements he could get over the years. Never had grants, never had any help. And he's paying out of pocket for all these bills, taxes on his home. Never was told about the VA grants. And it took us 18 months, appointment after appointment, driving 70 miles to the nearest VA hospital, to all these appointments, to get him his grants. And the hurdles and the nightmares I went through. Look, he can barely do this. He can't stand up and sweep his home. He can't get into his bathroom. His home needs to be fixed. He needs a ramp that's safe. The ramp that's on his home ain't safe. We had to constantly yell and scream this at the doctors. You proved to me he's able. And then the doctor finally said, yes, he is 100% disabled and needs these things. This 40% crap and giving you a level of severity of disability crap has to stop with the VA. It has to stop with the VA. Because once you're a wounded warrior and you become unfit for service, you should be entitled to a pension based on that. It shouldn't be based on the percentage of disability that this person gets less because he's only partially disabled, or this person gets more. They signed on the dotted line to say, I will serve my country. I will defend her. This politic of percentage of disability is horse crap. I have another veteran that I take care of, a good friend of mine. He's like a little brother to me. Same thing. He gets a $500 a month check because he's only 35% disabled. I am so sick of this crap. I'm so sick of all this crap where you're not entitled to this, you're not entitled to that. When is it going to be enough for our veterans to not have to fight for what they should have been given willingly, but through obscurity, people's, and I'm going to say it, and God forgive me for saying it this way, but it is snafu. It is a cluster duck trying to get through the bureaucracy. And then you have these local VA reps that have no clue of what's really truly available for our veterans. Or if they have a clue, they refuse to help our veterans. Paperwork after paperwork, appointment after appointment. Some of these veterans have to drive hundreds of miles, 6-7 hour drives to get to them. Get something said, oh yeah, you're approved for an appointment. Drive all the way there, 6-hour drive. Drops the veteran off at the doctor's office. Goes in, well, we didn't get the paperwork filed properly. We don't have the paperwork. You're going to have to go home. 8 months later, calls him up. This is estimating. 8 months later, calls him up. Oh, your paperwork's approved now. By then, it's too late. The soldier's eye has went blind. He's dealing with a type of migraine that I know very well. It's a hemorrhagic type night. It's a blood nightmare that causes strokes in the brain. And it creates severe migraines. And then he has kidney problems because of it. The damage to his body, the nerve damage, has destroyed his kidneys. Nerve loss. I know what that's like too. But I'm sick and tired of our veterans being abused. I'm sick and tired of our veterans being ignored. While people on welfare eat bonbons in their mom's basement and collect an $800 a month check and live in rent-controlled apartments. Where is our veterans' American dream? That's what I'm going to say today. Where is the outrage for our veterans who have been denied everything, but yet have given it all? I've been praying on this all day that I didn't cuss. Because I still slip sometimes. I'm a man, I'm gonna slip. I'm not your normal pastor. But I want to continue this here. That's the number to the Office of Inspector General. Write this number down, soldier. Here's the first one. This is known as your HISA grant application. This is for household repairs. Aid and attendance. Actually, correction, this is our aid and attendance application. And this is one of the nightmares you're going to go through. And I'm not going to fill it out because there's a lot of information that you will need to fill out on these paperwork. And it has to be mailed in. And I'll get you guys the address to mail these applications into. Don't take it to your local VA office. And actually, you come back to the website. You fill it out. You ask for it. And this is where you're going to get it. File for a disability increase. File for a claim for compensation. All this information is on this nightmare freaking paperwork. And trust me, how to file a claim is right here. This is all the paperwork. But it doesn't tell you what all you need. Okay, right here. I'm going to put this right here for you guys in bright letters. And then I'm going to zoom in. So you can see this address. And I'm going to give you a minute there to write that address down. Department of Veterans Affairs. Claims Intake Center. P.O. Box 4444. Janesville, Wisconsin. And I'll actually take a screenshot of it. And I will actually post this in my description. Copy. Give me a second, guys. Yeah, you're going to see a ton of crap on my desktop. I do play video games. But not that much. I've got other things to do. Guys, guys, I'll include this address to mail your applications, your claims in. It all goes to the same department. But then you need this additional form, this additional form, this additional form. And Gunny was right. That you're going to need all these additional forms. Let me reset my view. There we go. But there's your disability application right there as well. Now you can get what they call a trained professional, which is an advocate or VSO rep. But there's your VSO to locate a VSO. But you might come up with a fee. But I want to talk back about the Care and Assistance Grant. Make sure you list all the pertinent information. Make sure you have your vision information. This is the examiner's page. Make sure he fills it out. That you are necessarily needing it. And this does not have to be a VA rep. But they have to make sure that any of your medical physicians, whether it be VA or not, and you want to make sure you click this specially monthly compensation. You want to do this one right here on the bottom, I believe. Veterans, make sure you do the pension. Because what it does is, now read it. Veterans and survivors who are eligible for veterans pensions and or survivors benefits and require the aid and attendance of another person in order to perform personal functions required in everyday living, such as bathing, feeding, dressing, attending to the wants of nature, adjusting prosthetic devices, or protecting him or her from the hazards of his daily environment. That's the one you want to check. Make sure you don't do compensation but pension. I want to make that clear. And then have your personal medical examiner local. Not your VA doctor, but have a local doctor do the initial filling this out. Making sure that they are clear and thorough and articulating all the limitations you have. Even if they have to attach an additional paper to this. Do not submit it online. Go through the mail. Do it by certified letter. So that it can be tracked. Because if you do not do this, guys, you will be denied. And keep getting denied. Because of bureaucratic bullcrap. Hold on one second, guys. I got a text from my sister. Okay, guys, sorry about that. Make sure they list everything. Make sure if they need additional paper, put it on there. Make sure they list everything. If one eye flickers, make sure they mark that on the paperwork. What you see, minor or not, mark it. Make it known that you're having these limitations. This is for the vehicle, conveyance. Up to $17,000 to $20,000, you qualify. Make sure you are articulating why you need that vehicle. Your physician has to assert that. And you have to click this little box that says they have never received it before. And right there, see these boxes? This has to be completed by the VA. You have to make sure you are clear when you're marking all this information down. And you want a van. Not a truck, not a station wagon, not a car. But you want a van. You want to look for prices. Make sure you go to a car dealership. Get a price. It has to be a used vehicle, unfortunately. But $13,000 to $17,000. Get it all so that way you have all that information. So they know what the offer is for the vehicle. And that it can accommodate your wheelchair and your children. Veterans, this is the first time I'm doing this. I might make a volume 2 of this video. But I want you guys to see exactly what it's going to take. This is not something easy, guys. This is not going to be easy. Now we get to our HISA paperwork. This is what gets you a ramp in the front of your home if you're wheelchair bound. This is what will get your bathroom remodeled to make it fit for a wheelchair. Or to make it a little wider and easier. To make it handicap accessible. There's other forms that are required. This is the first step. You will be made to go get additional paperwork. Make sure as a contractor, make sure you attach all the contractor's information. Any other application paperwork that it wants. You have to attach this. Look right here in box 8. Then you got to list your contractor. They must have an actual photograph of the unimproved area before work starts. A written itemized estimate for the cost of labor, materials, permits, and inspections. Make sure the materials, the permits, and inspections, the cost for all of them, have to be included. If you're a non-homeowner, you have to have an authorized statement, a notarized statement from the homeowner, authorizing the improvement or structural alteration to the property. See, if approved for HISA benefit, are you requesting advance payment of HISA benefits? VA may make an advance payment to the beneficiary equal to 50% of the total benefit authorized for. You got to make sure you mark that box if he's wanting a deposit. This right here, this is where the VA goes. This is where you have to have your certified, your veterans office mark these things. It has to be a VA doctor or VA representative to assure the continuation of treatment of applicants' disabilities. They have to list your disabilities. To provide access to the home or essential lavatory and sanitary facilities for treatment of a service connected. They have to make sure that that's marked for you. They have to determine it. This is their determination form. But this is what they're going to put on the record after you apply it. But you got to send both pages to them. This first page is yours. Make sure 10-0103, page 1 is completely filled out. The second page is for VA use only. Make sure you attach all your medical records to this. They hate paperwork, but guess what? The more paperwork you bury them with, the more unlikely they can argue with you and deny you. simply on lack of information. We spent thousands of dollars in printing costs before we figured this out, guys. For our veteran up here. He's gone now, but you know what? He died in his own home and he didn't get stuck in a nursing home. He died at 95 years old. But also, guys, veterans, I want to talk about this gentleman. Again, I'm talking about Gunny, Chris Higginbotham. He's trying to get this and an attachment on the back of his vehicle for his wheelchair. His goal is $17,000. Yes, I can't afford a lot because I'm on a layoff. Yes, I did donate to Chris. Because I believe Chris to be legitimate. And I prayed before I gave. But Gunny here is suffering. And that's the type of chair he truly needs. And this was his last comment today. Each and every one of you that have shared, prayed, and donated has a special place in my heart. Before I set this up, I really thought no one cared about veterans. But this shows me I was wrong. I could sit here and cry for the support given. Thank you all so much. You are making me feel loved, something I have not felt in a long time. This is the gentleman I talked to yesterday, guys. And I know this video is long, but give him a follow. Give him a follow on Twitter, guys. His name is Gunny. Is at DevilDog8541. He feels like he's letting his family down. He feels like he's destroying his family because he's not able to take care of them.
Pre-registration. I guess they're going to do whatever they're going to do, but definitely want to thank you all for the prayers and the thoughts, for all the comments that you're leaving. I'm hearting every one of them and trying to reply as many as I possibly can. But definitely thank you for all the prayers and all the thoughts, and we'll keep you posted after all this is said and done. I'm going to jump off here. The next red light we've got to turn into the VA hospital. And then if they still have it set up, there's a guard shack you got to go through, and then a tent you have to go through. Temperature checks and all that for this COVID-19 stuff. And then a bunch of questions that has to be asked and answered. But we'll keep you posted. So thank you so much for everything. Love you guys. Bye.
Okay, guys, that was Gunny. That was Gunny. And I'm glad he put a video out this morning. I really am. But reach out to Gunny. DevilDog8541. He deserves a follow there on Twitter, guys. Connect with him. He's trying to get veterans together. So that, and it doesn't matter what branch of the service you're in, he wants veterans together to team up, to help create legislature that stops the Democrats destroying our vets and demonizing our veterans. They did a job. Now, why are we fighting them while they're hurt and injured? Oh, because of post 9/11 or post Gulf War, post this, post that, or pre this, or pre that. All wars, all veterans. They signed on the dotted line. Some were drafted. Quit putting limitations on when you can help and when you can't. With that said, guys, I love you guys. God bless you. I want you all to have a good day. And this will be live on, this will be posted to YouTube. And links be shared to Devil Dog, as well as everybody on Twitter and Facebook. Again, you guys can email me. I'll try to get all the links put in the description of the YouTube video for you. So that way you have all the information and where to get that information. Again, God bless you guys. Love you. And know that I pray for you, and I love you always, guys. God bless.